Interplay Studios, a game developing company that opened in 1983. They're both producers and game developers that have been a part of some of the most critically acclaimed games of all time, including the Baldur's Gate and Fallout series. They're also responsible for classics such as Battle Chess. Man, just look at those sound effects and graphics. They're so good. Interplay also made this game, Stonekeep. Okay, I don't think they figured out yet that this is a fake game in my hand, but don't let on too much. We don't want them to figure out that your sister has the real copy, because if they find out, then they're just gonna think that you're just a big, fat phony! Now, there's been many different types of dungeon crawlers, but the one that I'm most familiar with is the first-person dungeon crawler. Generally speaking, the term dungeon crawler is associated with a fantasy role-playing experience, in the first-person perspective where you explore a labyrinth, solving puzzles, searching for items, and fighting monsters. It was generally the easiest way to make a role-playing game considering the limitations. All you'd have to do is create a maze and fill it with items and monsters. There's been a ton of dungeon crawler experiences. I mean, you have games like Might and Magic. There was this like obscure other one. I think it was like Might and Magic or something. Might and Magic was pretty up there, I think, too. Stonekeep, on the other hand, is an entirely different beast, and if I do say so myself, it's gonna be a little bit of a treat. In fact, it starts out with a great, delightful little scene where real actors act on a green screen. So I won't keep you from that any longer. Let's dive right in to Stonekeep. Picture perfect. That deserves to be on some sort of holiday vacation card. Could you imagine getting that? Welcome to Stonekeep. Wish you were here. Cut to the maiden handing out apples in front of this real castle.
Thanks, my lady.
And then for some reason we get this posing shot by the lumberjack. It's like even he knows this is silly. Like, look at the grin on his face. It's like he couldn't even hold it together for one scene. Not to mention it's not the most flattering of angles. So the maiden begins to tease him with apples.
Care for one, would you? Might it be this one?
No matter how hard he tries, he just can't seem to get a hold of any. Also, is that a low grumble? Is he grumbling to himself? She tosses an apple up to Drake, who's the main character of the game.
Thanks! I think she loves me.
Ooh, the lumberjack is pissed. It's not long before the exposition kicks in and things go south rather quickly, as seemingly darkness literally comes for them. Drake is whisked away by a mysterious force. But wait, no. What about the dog? What about the dog?
Oh, no!
Oh. I gotta know. Shadows go on to consume Stonekeep and its people. Oh no. Stonekeep, now consumed by Shadow, plummets to the depths of the earth under the watchful gaze of our enemy. Drake returns 10 years later and does a really nice glamour shot. Drake, maybe you should try to act like you care at least a little bit. I don't even think I could pull off a less interested face. Suddenly, the goddess of Earth, Thera, reveals herself to Drake and tells him that he has to go back to the lost city of Stonekeep. There is a catch, however, as Thera explains that Drake's body could not withstand the dark powers of the underworld, and his spirit must be removed from his body to progress. Drake agrees, knowing if he fails, he's eternally doomed. What? So welcome to the first screen of Stonekeep. Thera shows you some of the basics, like how you can store items in your endless scroll. You can also look at yourself in this mirror, and this is where you equip yourself with gear and see how healthy you are. And my favorite thing is you can make him do a dance. So essentially the game begins now and you start exploring the old ruins of Stonekeep. And you know what that means, it's time to start picking up anything and everything that isn't nailed down. Thera tells us about the shadowy figure Kulkum and basically tells us how to exit the tutorial area. But stepping through that first door you'll encounter your first enemy, an ant. Just call me the exterminator. So at this point, it's all about fighting dudes, equipping yourself, and finding new items to progress. And the story takes somewhat of a back seat now. Slowly, little bits and pieces of information are revealed to you through the use of scrolls and other items. But it's not exactly the primary focus anymore. Cool shows up one more time to tell you off, and then you're pretty much on your own. But first he traps Thera in an orb that looks a lot like Earth, and then essentially tells you that you're too weak to kill right now, so he's gonna let you get more powerful, so that you're more worth his time. And it's at this point that I noticed that he's had a severe lack of arms. So now it's time to gear up and get moving. Stab that ant! Yeah! Oh geez, a slightly bigger ant? Eat rocks, sucker! Got him. So basically, you just have to explore every location on each level. There are necessary items that you need to progress, like keys and helpful items like food, weapons, and armor. Speaking of food, I think Drake has to make some of the most hilarious eating sounds I've ever heard. You also get another companion eventually, and his aren't any better. There's also an awful lot of stones to pick up. Stonekeep, more like keep stones. Because I seem to be picking up a lot of, so where do I go? Where am I again? So this is kind of where the problems start. You don't really know where you are in the beginning of the game because you don't have a map yet. And of course, there's one specific place that you have to go to. But if you haven't noticed, things kind of look the same, and if you don't know where you're going, it's kind of hard to find. And it's really easy to get turned around. Once you figure out where you're supposed to go, you're confronted by this creature called a Sharga. Yeah, more like goblin. So you kill that guy and take this book on the table. Wait, what? That's what my character looks like? He doesn't even look like the guy in the beginning, let alone my character in the mirror. Look at this. This game is literally such a maze that encourages you to take your own notes inside the notebook you find in-game. Today, I learned that improving a journal entry is actually pretty hard. Shargas, more like goblins, am I right? Wait, I already said that. You know, just never mind, it wasn't very funny. But you better do this, you better take notes, because unless you have the strategy guide, you will definitely get lost. I mean, just look at this, it's all the same. Every wall surface looks the same. Look at that crack right there. It's on all of the walls, all of them. What would it be like to talk to the architect of this castle? He just walk up to you and be like, "Ooh, look at me, I'm the medieval architect. I'm good at building things." Oh, what's that? You want to build another super professional castle? A mousey, bruh. This is one of those games you take your time with. You're not in a rush, so you might as well play it right. And by right, I mean slow. So that means spending a lot of time filling out your map and taking notes. Come across a locked door? Well, mark it on your map. Find a spot where you can heal? Mark that on your map. Find stairs? Mark it. Mark everything that you could potentially forget, because this place will consume you. And you get really frustrated, okay? Like really frustrated. I actually have a pretty good story about the time I didn't mark my map, and then I was lost for like 2 hours. Mark your map. Oh. Hello. You doing good? Okay. I'm just gonna... The notebook also lets you track other things like what magic you have, what items you pick up, and the stats on your character. Speaking of which, Stonekeep has the somewhat familiar Elder Scrolls approach to the leveling system. You have to use specific things to get good with them. That means if you want to be good with swords, you gotta use swords. If you want to be good with projectiles, you gotta use those. Which is especially fun when you have to level up new items later in the game. Isn't this really fun? Wait, are you telling me you're not having fun yet? But herein lies the problem. This game is really hard. Like, really hard. And it doesn't really explain much to you, even though you have this notebook that magically tracks everything, but you still don't know what's really happening. Like what attacks are effective against what enemies, how efficient you are at anything. Oh good, I got another dot next to my sword. This is like one of those games where you gotta be an old pro who just knows everything about the game from the outset. Or else you're just gonna have to spend a ton of time figuring everything out. I mean, just look at this. Look how fast you can die. It also doesn't help that in the very beginning of the game, you can find the most powerful weapon in the game by doing some random combination on the first lever. Oh sure, yeah, no, everyone's gonna know to go to the first lever, pull it down, pull it up again, then pull it down again, go around the corner to the secret wall compartment, pull that lever in that secret wall compartment to open the secret hallway, and then go down that hallway, and then there's another secret compartment with the secret dagger in there. Oh, but yeah, no, man, you don't want that. It's like only like one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Nobody wants that. This is actually kind of a trend in this game. You can find a lot of cool stuff, but it's just hidden from you. Oh look, the mysterious powerful dagger is just sitting in the wall. Well, look at that, an invisible wall that I wouldn't have been able to see unless I went to this exact spot with a companion. There's just a lot of really useful or almost essential things that are secrets. Even later on in the game, when you get past the initial castle stages, there are some things that aren't necessarily obvious to you. Like the fact that you have to go down into the sewers and walk around until your character proclaims he stepped on something.
Ow, my foot!
And that's a plot integral item that you can't even see. And you have to do that twice. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that probably thought nothing of it and just walked away. Once you get past these initial stages, things do tend to ramp up in difficulty. Like initially in the sewers, you can't see what you're really doing, and monsters just come at you. I can't even believe right now that I am walking through the sewers. I mean, that's just totally disgusting when you think about it. Where the heck am I anyway? Okay, well, just keep going this way. Okay, what is that? Is that a tentacle monster in the sewers of an underground castle? Okay, yep, it is. And we're running away, run away, run away. You know, this game is downright creepy sometimes. It's just got that really isolating mood to it, so you always feel like you're totally by yourself. I mean, I don't want to scar you for life, but after you drain the sewers and go back and fight the tentacle monster, this is what you're looking at. Yeah. Try seeing that when you were 10. Nightmares. Whoa. Oh. Hello.
Greetings. I am the Great Wahuka.
Okay.
Or, if you prefer, Wahuka the Great.
No.
Attention to me.
Why'd you do that, man? Later on in the game, you'll find these magical staffs that you can scribe runes onto, and they're actually pretty helpful. They let you have a renewable source of healing, and you can cast fireball spells with them. The only problem is they have a limited number of charges on them before you have to find a mana circle. And that means backtracking a lot if you want to have a healthy mana pool. Speaking of backtracking and wasting your time, look how long it takes to go through your inventory later in the game. Seconds? I'm only halfway through the game. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like later. Anyways, even though the magic is pretty good in this game, you kinda don't really want to use it because it's not really a reliable source of damage because of all the backtracking you're gonna have to do. In fact, it's almost better if you don't use it unless you're on a really difficult enemy because it's really easy to cripple yourself throughout this game. In my playthrough, I reached the halfway point and hit a wall because I basically spread my skills way too thin. And here's the kicker, enemies don't respawn. So that means you can't really upgrade your skills until a certain point in the game, or you're pretty much stuck using magic at this point, which means lots of backtracking to circles. Yay, I love this. I mean, no, I don't. From here on out, though, it's the Old West. We don't even know what's gonna be coming our way. Why is it getting all spooky? What's that noise? No, 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 no. SpaceHamster and the show is supported in part by Audible.com. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching that silly video I just did. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you love this show and you want to show your support towards the show, you can do so by going to Audible.com and signing up for a free trial using this link, audible.com/SpaceHamster. Audible.com is a great website if you're looking for audiobooks. Apparently it has over 150,000 books to choose from. That's a lot. And if you sign up using that link in the description, you can get a free audiobook with your subscription. And my personal recommendation for the month is going to be the first book in A Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire. I love this book and I love the show. If you're really into medieval fantasy and drama and betrayal, then you should definitely pick this up because after all, winter is coming. But yeah, if you want some audiobooks and you want to show your support for the show, you can go ahead and just use that link down below. Hey guys, thanks a lot for sticking it out to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time watching it. If you did, click that like button and subscribe. I also have some socials for you to follow. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever. Links are in the description. I also want to give a special shout out thanks to my Patreon supporters. So special thanks to Harry Gaynor, Juan Holguin, and Calum Curran. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those. And if you're in need of more videos to watch, I got 2 of them right here for you. The top 10 games for the end of the world and the top 10 cheat codes in video games. Don't forget to check out hiddenblock.com for other awesome content creators. And I'm gonna go play some Smash Brothers now. When this goes up, it'll be out, but it's not out yet when I'm recording. So I'm gonna go sit by myself in a corner. Okay, bye.